And we're live. Hi. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing really well. I'm standing up today. General reading for everyone. There is someone, I think they're hoovering their balcony because we've had a lot of rain. I think she's going to shut up in a minute. Anyway, I hope everyone has been doing really well. Thank you so much for joining me. Got a general timeless. Doesn't matter what sign you are. Doesn't matter when you find the message. Let's take a deep breath in. Let all of it go. And so here we are. If you would be interested in booking a reading, you can do so over on the website rubyreadstarot.com. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. Do remember to hit the thumbs up button. It lets other people know that we're here. Just as I said, there is a person hoovering in the not so far away distance. She will go away soon. So, I have been doing a lot of meditating on the general collective's energy. Hi Susan, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing really well. I've been doing a lot of meditating on the energy of the general collective, and I have to say that this is exactly what I've been picking up. Hey naked lady, how you doing? Five of Pentacles. So when the Five of Pentacles comes up, I think it's almost like a beacon of light. It's a light in the darkness, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. This is one of those moments where, especially if you've been struggling financially, you're going to find that there is some sort of beacon of hope, some sort of beacon of light, something that is almost illuminating the path for you. You've got a bit of work that you need to do, I think, on being kinder to yourself. There is this need to come out from the proverbial cold, connect to source, warm yourself up, bring yourself back to life again. There's also somewhere where you've got to look at where you may have been surrendering luxury or benefit or wealth even, almost in a kind of martyr kind of way. There may be a need to look at self-worth, and there may be a need to look at how much value you're assigning to yourself. If you've associated yourself to energies that you subconsciously feel and know are beneath you, how is that rubbed off on you? There is an energy here of, I think, needing to understand first and foremost that partnerships and relationships are not to drag us down. And if there has been anywhere where you have been in some sort of partnership pairing that hasn't necessarily reflected well financially on you, it might be time for you to kind of see what it is that you need to do in order to, like I said, be kinder to yourself. Five of Pentacles is saying that there is some sort of work that needs to be done on the abundance mindset. Like I said, it's a beacon of light and it's a card of hope. When I think you give yourself the opportunity to expand as a conscious decision, it's now time to grow bigger. It's now time to expand. It's now time to really see what it is that I can do to transform. Scorpio energy, the Death card. There's a transformation of finances and wealth and the way that you feel about money, your ability to receive, and what it is that you know that has to be reborn at this point. There is something here that is the Ace of Swords. Needing, really needing. For you to be the voice of reason and see what it is that you know that you need to cut away from. And it might have something to do with boundaries. Six of Pentacles. It might have something to do with what you know has not had particularly good give and take. What you know is completely imbalanced. Page of Wands and the Eight of Swords. And where it is that you might feel like you need other people to help get you out of any kind of like tough situation. Hi David, welcome. Do you know, recently I have found that there has been so many more distractions in my way, and I understood really early on that this is, I think, something like a lesson in order to be able to block it out of my own conscious awareness. And the more that we develop and grow consciously, the harder the tests get inevitably. But the level of power that I have been tapping into these days, and I think this is where I come from when I say to you, like, you really can decide consciously what plays out in this movie of yours. Because, like I said, you are, like I've been saying for the last 5.5 years, you really are the main star of this movie, and what you want to see play out will play out by your conscious awareness. I'm looking at these cards, and this was at the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Pentacles. So I know that you're headed in the right direction. I know that the subconscious is going to lead you exactly where you need to go. But if we're starting like this, Five of Pentacles, and if we're looking at the Ten of Pentacles with the Emperor card and the Hermit, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Temperance, Sagittarius energy, and the Devil, all I'm going to say is that the Five of Pentacles is a distraction. And I think there is something that you know that you need to transform. And I think there is somewhere that a lot of you know that there is something that you might have to cut away from, give up, go without, kind of move forward in a more balanced kind of way. I think you really need to look at the energies that might surround you, that might contribute to you feeling quite stuck, belittled, small. Because there might be a need for you to own up to where it is that you may not have been addressing within yourself necessarily, your own discontent and boredom. It's Sagittarius season. We've done the opportunity of having to transform this poverty mindset perhaps in Scorpio season. Now, having been in Sagittarius season for a minute, what I think is really obvious is that there absolutely needs to be a bit of a perspective shift. And that perspective kind of needs to go in towards your work, because you know right now that you can really create something that will last for a long time. And I think you've got to make some decisions about where it is that you've been stuck and where it is that you're not using your own initiative or not allowing yourself the confidence that you need. I think it's decision time about the limitations that may even be self-imposed. It's decision time about where it is that there needs to be more of an abundance mindset, and where it is that you might be associated with some real toxic, shitty bonds. Transformation of certain relationships, especially those relationships that have had you hindered and had you feeling stuck and had you feeling small, you've got to cut away from that shit. You absolutely, some of you know that there are bridges burned and there is no way, like, you can't go back. Because you exhibiting boundaries and balance right now is the only thing that's really going to get you out of and keep you out of any form of stuck, feeling stuck. I think you need to anticipate that there will be messages nudging you to take a bit more authority and use a bit more wisdom, especially when it comes to matters of discontentment and boredom. This is no longer the time for transformation. This is now actual transmutation. This is now the alchemy. This is you showing the refinery. In transmuting and shaping up and shifting up and being almost like an angelic like presence in your own life, knowing that there is stuff that you really have to transmute, and that's where your attention and your consciousness has been going. Get to work, and you really need to make a decision about the toxic bonds and the toxic shit that keeps you limited and stuck. Happy Friday, BC. I hope you do good. Like I was saying, there's a lot of energy that's going to try and keep you distracted if you let it right now. The aim of the game kind of is to see where it is that you know that you have to set yourself a little bit aside for the moment. Cut away a few ties because there is something that's requiring you to go it alone right now. The more you understand the need for having to go it alone, the clarity in your voice comes back. Your ability to maintain boundaries comes back. You manage to find a way out of any stuckness. You give yourself the opportunity to own up, and you really step into your wisdom, which is so sexy for you. Discontentment and boredom can't be a hindrance right now, because there is magic, alchemy, transformations that need to happen. And a lot of that has to do with where your attention is at. It needs to be on your work, not cups that were full of poison. Okay, that dress is fabulous. Thank you. Thank you, Butch. Going out tonight. Yeah. I don't worry about you at all. Just get to work, get focused, and pay attention, because I think you're about to stumble on something absolutely magnificently, wildly grand, grander than you may even have expected. I just have to say, get to work. I think that's all I have. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Book reading, rubyreadstarot.com, and I shall catch you guys soon. Thank you.